Hey, what's up, guys? Talking sports with Pedro and Danny. We are here live from our location in downtown Elko and enjoying this beautiful weather outside. It is actually kind of nice seeing some snow. I'm not saying that I'm enjoying the weather.
Now you want it snow.
Oh, no, don't even go there. I knew he was going to say something. You know, you try to say something nice, and that's what happens. We have our friends here from the Shipp group. And I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names.
That's okay. Melissa McNutt.
Okay, we have Melissa in here from the Shipp group with EXP Realty. And we're going to talk a little bit of real estate stuff. But before that, we are doing our final show of 2021. We'll be doing a countdown show on Friday, but technically this is our last show for 2021. And we want to make sure and thank all of our partners and sponsors, Cook Steakhouse and Saloon, Accelerated Medical, Adriana Jewelers, Solis Auto Sales, Kidwell and Gallagher, Dos Amigos, Anthem Broadband, CC Communications, Carlin Friends of the Library, the Spring Creek Association, and also Northern Star Casinos, Infinite Cheer and Tumble, the Elko Adult Softball League, Shop with the Cop for all the fun stuff we got to do with them. Also, too, our friends also with the Vicky Blair group as well. And, of course, the Shipp group and the Guyana group with EXP Realty. We've had a lot of support over the past year, and we appreciate it. We'll be talking a lot more about that on Friday when we do our New York countdown.
Yes, the 9 o'clock hour countdown.
We are not going to be here at midnight. I'll tell you that. That's not happening.
You know, I adopted that when we moved into my house in Riddle on the hill, we call it. When we got there, we had one of those big satellite dishes, like the ones you actually had to wheel out and move.
The huge ones.
And we used to ring in the New Year's with the Netherlands. So it'd be like 6, 7 o'clock at night, and my parents would be like, there we go. Okay, we're going to bed. So I think since about then, I've always stuck around to the 9 o'clock ball drop because nothing good happens after midnight.
True.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. So that's like we're gonna do a mini ball drop, if that's what you want to call it here. And enjoy a good time. We'll probably have some food, but we'll do it for 9 o'clock. We have some fun plans for that, and that's how we're gonna ring in the new year. So, also too on today's show, again, we have the Shipp group. We're gonna be talking a little bit of real estate, but the other person that we have is something that is actually really cool, and I'm glad we have him here because. Cooper Jones, who is a graduate of Elko High School, also, too, is playing over at Utah State, and he was the first guest on our show, and we're also going to be doing a tribute for the legend of football, John Madden. So Cooper's over there with Kobe playing some John Madden, is it 2021 or
22?
22.
It's the new one. Yeah, it's the new one.
So they're over there playing Madden 2022, having a good time. Cooper, how you doing?
Doing good.
How you doing on the game? That answers
sounds like I was doing on the game over there a minute ago.
Kobe kicked my ass earlier. So, but I haven't played Madden for I don't know, 10, 15 years. I think I played the very first Madden, and that was it, whenever that was.
88. Were you even born then?
No, then probably like the fifth Madden. But we have Cooper in here, and it's really cool to have Cooper in here because Cooper really was the very first time that we ever did Talking Sports with Pedro and Danny. He was our very first guest. I have known Cooper since he was playing T-ball. And so I've known him for a long time, coached with his uncle. So we're excited to have him on here and talk about their bowl game and everything that's going on over at Utah State. But before that, we'll be talking with Melissa about what's going on in real estate right now. And first of all, hang on, time out. Pedro's taking it easy today. So you and Danny are the only ones that are going to be having beer.
Well, but before you get to that, because we want to make sure we don't cheers too much. So we do want to kind of start the show by mentioning the loss of legendary football coach John Madden, and his legendary career. A lot of people don't really know; they just know him for the game. Some of them know him from broadcasting, but he really was a great football coach. So kind of wanted to have our cheers to the legacy of John Madden. So
to John Madden.
To John Madden.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Cheers. So I have my coffee.
I was wondering, have you guys seen the new? Just came out on John Madden.
The documentary on Christmas. It
Wasn't
was amazing.
that wonderful?
It was amazing. It's super. I mean, he died unexpectedly just a couple days after.
And to watch that, it was almost like he had just died. My son even came out and he goes, "Did he die?"
Yes.
I go, "No, it's just a tribute." I mean, before.
Right.
But it was great. Yes. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Yes, absolutely. And towards the end of the show, we do have a little bit of a tribute to him. But For me, I mean, I've played every single John Madden football since '88, and just listening to him in the announcing booth, and he was basically the narrator to almost every big football game growing up for me, in the '90s and whatnot, and he was at every single station, and he kind of just narrated NFL football. So. A lot of people kind of gave him some crap about just making it layman's terms, but he really taught the game of football to anybody who wanted to watch it. So.
Yep. Well, and he was, especially I think Danny kind of got thrown into this when we started talking sports with Pedro and Danny getting into broadcasting, but I had been in broadcasting, and to hear that there was a broadcaster that was on every major network is pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to get in there, but when you're John Madden, that's pretty awesome. And I was telling Danny this story last night. So I actually got to meet John Madden. He
really?
came. I was a waiter at Red Lion.
Such a loser. Just listen to this story.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. Anyway, go ahead, Pedro.
Thanks for the build-up for the story, ass. So I was waiting, and they had the seafood buffet. It was a Friday night, and the place was packed. I mean, the line, you had to wait for like 2 hours to get to get a table. And John Madden's people walk in, and they say, "Hey, we have Mr. John Madden here." So our supervisor's like, "Yeah, get that booth clean like right now." And so we sit him, and I went over there and introduced myself. He was eating. I felt bad because I'm sitting there interrupting him. He's probably hungry and has been on the road for who knows how long. But, yeah, they just happened to be passing by, and they saw the Red Lion, so they pulled in, and they had the buffet. He signed a napkin for me.
Oh, awesome.
Shook my hand, was a super nice guy, was huge. I mean, I don't know what his height is, but it looked like he was 7 foot. He was a big boy.
He's a big man, 6'7", 6'8". Yeah, he's definitely a big man. Where's that napkin at these days?
Shut up. I lost the napkin, okay?
Oh.
Damn it. One job. One job.
Well, because, you stuff it in your little apron and you're, like, running around.
It's this, right? It's the memory.
Yeah. So it was really, that's really cool that I was actually at least able to meet him. And because he had a lot of people coming up to him, and he was super nice to everyone. So that's one of my good memories of John Madden, on top of many, many more of listening to him do play-by-play on NFL games and his knowledge. So we'll have a little tribute for him a little bit later. So now we're going to get going. Also, unless you have a memory of anything of John Madden.
I was just saying, like, that documentary was really touching. So
Absolutely.
it was great. Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to tell Cooper, though, I wanted him to know that, guess who started watching college football? Yeah. I'm just an NFL, you know.
You're now a Utah State Aggie fan, right?
I am.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. I'm always looking for Cooper. So, been watching college too. So.
All right. So, did you go to?
No. It was when Julie was going to come in. She went to Utah State. Yeah.
Okay.
So ignore the Utah State and the. Well,
all right.
She's a Packer fan though.
Right? I know. She's
the Packer fan. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the Shipp group and what you guys have going on. I know it's holidays right now, and
Right.
also the weather probably isn't helping. But what's going on in the market?
You
What's
know,
going
we're-
on with the Shipp group?
We're still keeping busy. We're doing well. Everybody's keeping busy. Right now, we're goal setting, which is exciting. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. Maybe we all talk about, you know how it is. New Year's resolutions. We're trying to look at it as goal setting. So we're goal setting as a team and as individuals what we want for our business and personal in our lives. So that's pretty exciting. Reading some new books and just trying to change your way of thinking. And a nice book that we're reading is the 12-week year. Basically, instead of waiting a whole year to set your goals, and it comes June, you're like, I got some time, and pretty soon it's October, November.
Right.
They do it in 12 weeks,
Okay.
so you have time to reevaluate, and then again,
That makes a
so
lot
that
of
you're
sense.
accountable. So some interesting stuff. So
Well, that's good. It's always good to kind of keep expanding your horizons, if you will, and gain more knowledge. You can know everything about. You think you know everything about a certain subject, but you're always learning something. I'm sure you learn that as a photographer.
yep, always.
Just there's always something new. I can't tell you how many weddings I've done, and something always new comes up that what I gotta do, and Danny knows with all the events that he does.
That and officiating too. Like, I mean, I don't know how many games that Iñaki and I have done over the years, thousands and thousands of games, and it never fails, man. Like, we go to an out of town tournament and something will happen, and might not even be on the field that we're on, but we'll be watching it, and we'll just look at each other like, what in the hell just happened?
Yeah. What do I do?
You got to keep learning every day for sure.
So that's awesome. And on top of that, how's the market doing as far as buying and selling homes?
It's still going. Considering that it's winter, you would think things slow down. People don't want their house on the market, but that's not the case. Winter's going to be over, we hope, March, April. We got a little bit. But if you're building a home, that takes some time. You got to get your house on the market. You need to get it sold. And what I wanted to kind of mention to people with the new year and goal setting is, if you're thinking about buying a house, start setting your goals. Start looking at your finances, start talking to your people, and you can make it happen.
All right. Well, that's good to know. So talking about winter, because I've done tour training before, what's it with weather like this? If you have a showing set for today, let's say, like right now.
Okay, I'll tell you, because I went Sunday, the day after Christmas, and the weather was awful, just like this. It had been snowing, and this house was in Spring Creek, and it's pretty much vacant. Driveway's long, so thank goodness my husband was with me, because we got up the driveway, but he got out, he shoveled for the clients that were coming, and they drove from Carson City to see this house. And
geez.
it was miserable, and they wanted to see the backyard, and they were wearing tennis shoes, and I mean, it was wet, cold, miserable, but we went out in it, and it got dark on us, and thank God nobody got stuck. We got out of there, but yeah, you go out, and that was probably the worst weather I've been in to go show.
Well, that's dedication right there.
Yeah,
That's for
and
sure.
if you sold that house, then kudos
Hey,
to
guess
you.
what? We got
Did
an
you?
accepted offer on it.
Yes.
today,
Oh, hey,
so-
Bam.
winning.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
You couldn't see the
Yeah.
backyard because it was under a foot and a half of snow, but
It's like,
just
if you
trust
look-
me.
If you look under there, there's grass.
Right.
Okay, I can't shovel the grass.
I have
Sorry.
to say, this house has one of the most beautiful views ever. Like, incredible. From the front window, that's all you see is the rubies. And with all this snow, it was pretty dreamy. It's like, yeah, I could see living out here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was just kind of a random question, just because we're talking about the weather and knowing that you probably, you want to stage it, at least try and make it look decent. But with this, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do.
Right. So I got a question for you. So with
EXP Shipp Group, Guyetta Group, I know you guys got a whole pile of realtors upstairs. You guys kind of got a different approach and whatnot. Just if you go through, I mean, you just scroll through your Facebook, it just seems like the market is flooded with realtors. Now, I know in a lot of other professions, when that happens, that really muddies the water. What does EXP Realty, the Shipp Group, do to kind of combat that, and so that you guys can be successful? Because you guys all got to sell houses. I mean,
Right.
that's the name of the game. So, but if
Right.
there's 3,000 realtors in town, how do you guys combat something like that?
So what I have found, I got my license last January. So it's not even a year that I've been in it. And I started off with another team or place. Anyways, the reason I switched is because I came to a team. And the team support, that's what makes EXP different, is I have so much support. Not just one person, it's the whole team. And we have a dedicated person that does a lot of the hard work, following up on the title company and making sure that the appraisal's ordered, and just all the little things that gets lost, because you're so busy, and then it's hard to follow up if you have several things going.
Sure.
The support is really the big thing, and they're a team, so we work, they help provide the photographer, and so I think that helps a lot, so you can concentrate on your clients.
Nice. That's definitely a unique approach.
No, it really is, and I think it's a great approach because it sounds like before, groups like this, the realtor had to do all of that.
That's true.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
and that can be a little, difficult sometimes, because it's a lot to think of, especially if you have a lot of different clients and, you're not giving them your full attention.
Well, a
Yeah.
lot of people I don't think realize what goes into it. You said two things right there that probably most people don't know. I mean, ordering an appraisal and things like that. I mean, most people think that a realtor's job is just to find somebody who wants to spend a bunch of money and go show them a house and try to sell it to them. That's absolutely not the case. There's a lot more that goes into selling houses than just that. So having a team setting, I think that definitely that puts you guys a little bit ahead of the rest, because it's less dog eat dog. Like, we all succeed, then if we all succeed, then it's good. We don't just go off of one person's success.
It's been, I'm enjoying it, and I'm having success, so
Perfect.
I'm ready to jump into 2022.
Perfect.
aren't we all? We won't even get into that. We're not going to get into it on Friday either. I already no. We'll talk about the positive about 2021. That's for
Right.
sure. But it does. That is always really good to have. We're kind of lucky enough and blessed enough to me and Danny have that relationship, and our entire team same way is. We need a flyer made. We text our person that does it, hey, can we have this going on? Danny has something going on, and he'll text me, hey, I can't make it to this meeting. Can you shoot over there? Yeah, sure. It's that support kind of helps just build the team.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Danny, I don't know if you have anything to say on that.
Nothing else. Just give you the floor for a couple more minutes, Melissa. Whatever you want to talk about. This
Let's
is your
talk about
time.
our Packers.
Let's talk about it.
About my Packers. Let's
Hey.
talk about who's
I'll
number
let
one.
you guys take
Well,
this.
they're number one for now, right, Coop?
For right.
They're number one for now. Dallas is right on their heels, right?
Sloppily.
Before that, let's check in on their game. Can
I've been going over there a little bit.
Who's up? Oh,
All game. That's why Kobe's all quiet.
they're tied.
Yeah, he was
Kobe's
talking
Kobe's
mad shit earlier, beating our old asses.
Playing some Madden 2022. All right, so I'll let you guys talk about the Packers.
I'm just looking forward to the game.
Yes.
I mean,
Who do they got this weekend?
Vikings.
They got, so that's a divisional game, and they lost their first game against the Vikings.
Not the first. The Saints were the first.
Well, yeah, but they lost their first game of the year against the Vikings because they play them twice.
Right.
So they lost the first game
Okay.
of the year, and that's always. I mean, anytime you get a divisional game, kind of records out the window, and
Yeah.
is it in Green Bay or Minnesota?
You know what? I'm not sure.
If it's in Green Bay, I think that they're looking pretty good.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure on that.
But
one.
yeah, the Packers are, and we'll get into some NFL a little bit later. But yeah, Packers are one game up on the Cowboys right now. They're sitting with the first round bye. going into the playoffs because only one team gets the first round bye now. So I think Aaron Rodgers shaved. It looks like he shaved over the weekend.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Shave this also, or just this?
I was wearing a beanie, so I didn't know how the mullet was rolling. But yeah, he finally shaved. So Aaron Rodgers willing to do. He's and probably looking for another MVP this year too. He's really balling out. It seems like the game has slowed down for Aaron Rodgers, and I'd hate to be playing against him in crunch time for sure.
And then, of course, you've seen he just broke Brett Favre's record.
Yes.
Love Brett Favre, but that was cool.
Yeah. Broke Brett Favre's all-time Green Bay Packers touchdown record. And it's kind of funny because I think it was like 462 touchdown passes. And if you look at Brett Favre's career records, it's like 462 touchdown passes and 290 interceptions. And then Aaron Rodgers is like 462 touchdowns to like 90 interceptions. Like much more efficient quarterback. Brett Favre was a lot of fun to watch, but yeah, he was definitely stressful when he was rolling out of the pocket and just kind of let things go. So.
Right.
So Vikings are at Green Bay this
cool.
weekend. They play Sunday at 5:20. So
right.
they have
Green Bay.
Yeah.
And the night game.
Yep. They have the Sunday night game. So that should be a good one.
Be looking forward to it.
Good deal.
Sure.
We're going to be having some hot wings is what we're going to be having. Not you.
Not me.
No.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you ever bring them down? Have you done that yet?
No, I have not. He was so we had Pete in town, and he went. He spent Christmas with his family, but he had to get back up to Idaho with the weather before it got really, really bad. So either that, or he's just making up excuses to kind of dodge me.
I would be.
It's one of those two, but I'll get him. Trust me, I will find him. But yeah, he's gonna come on. He wasn't able to come on this weekend. Plus, I mean, with the holidays and stuff, we all had stuff going on. Right. But I always make on January 2nd. I always make hot wings for that day because it's a special day to me. So we'll be doing a special show here, and we'll have some wings, and then go home. And all my friends get together and have hot wings. So we'll be doing that, and
nice.
Apparently I'm going to be watching your Packers play.
Right.
So should be a good time.
Yeah.
We'll see how.
Other than that, yeah, I don't really, just want to wish everybody a happy New Year and stay safe. And this weather is, crazy out there, so drive slow.
So how can people get a hold of the Shipp group?
So the Shipp group is right here downtown, and we're upstairs here in this old bank building, Elko Business Center now. And my cell number is 775-397-0027. We're on Facebook, on Instagram, under Shipp group. So.
All right. So, Melissa, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you, and we'll let you get home and get out of this cold weather and go sit next to a heater.
We actually are having our Shipp Christmas dinner, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, gonna head over to Machi's and.
Good for you.
Enjoy the night. So.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Prime rib.
I think
their prime rib
I'm
is
thinking
amazing.
Shrimp, though, myself.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
John does an amazing job. Every time that I would do a wedding, and he was Machi's was catering, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would just, they would come to me and say, hey, here's a plate, and I would just,
right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Their food is great, so.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll let you get to the star here,
All
the
right.
real star.
Who won? How about that first?
He's up by 3.
Oh, you guys are still playing.
3 minutes left in the ball game. Well, that'll be perfect. That'll give me enough time to talk about a little Elko High School basketball. And
Okay,
Melissa, thanks
I'm
for
gonna
coming
sit
in.
down.
We appreciate you.
You bet, guys. Take care.
All right. Thanks, Melissa.
The bear, it's way too much.
That's all right. We'll get her finished.
All right, guys, we're going to get going. We have some local sports to talk about. Thank you again to the Shipp group for the support with eXp Realty. They are going to go have their Christmas party or their holiday party over there at Machi's. So hope they have a great time. And Melissa, hope you guys have a good time tonight. Tell everyone we said that, please. All right, Danny, I'll let you.
All right, while the boys finish up over there, you got time. Go ahead. Better beat him, Coop. I don't want to hear that all night long. Anyways, Elko. Yeah, whatever, Cope. Yeah, he beat my ass. He didn't shut me out though. Just want to say that for the record. He didn't shut me out.
Danny was excited about
not getting
points.
shut out.
Oh,
not getting
whoa.
shut out.
Yeah,
I was excited
okay.
with 6 points.
Yeah, I know.
But Elko High School boys basketball, they're over at the Riverton tournament over there in Utah. They beat Roy, Utah 55-40 on Monday, but lost to Kearns yesterday 69-59 for their first loss of the year. They're playing Judge Memorial today. Actually, they played Judge Memorial today. Haven't heard of the results of how that game went, but it's a double elimination tournament, so they'll have at least one more game. Spring Creek High School is up in Idaho, playing in a tournament up there. They got beat by Twin Falls School Skyline 74-40, and they are playing Sugar Salem High School right now. Actually, the tip-off was at 4:30. So basketball in full swing. We're at Christmas break right now, so there's not a ton going on. We do have our first youth wrestling tournament of the year here in Elko on January 9th over there at Centennial Gymnasium, hosted by Elko Youth Wrestling Club. I do know that Infinite Wrestling Club, kind of a spurn of Infinite Cheer and Tumble, they are getting their squad together and just kind of getting off the ground and whatnot. So if you got some kids out there that are still looking to get into youth wrestling, I think the other clubs are full. Hit up Infinite Cheer and Tumble and get a hold of Jessica, and she will get you on a squad. They do a great job over at Infinite Cheer and Tumble, just with their cheering organization. I know they were over in Utah for a competition just after your guys' when you were over there, when you did the deal up at the gymnasium up at Centennial Gym. But they went over and took a couple firsts and a third over there. So they're all about competition and just a great organization to be a part of. And I'm glad to call them one of our partners. What do you think about that, Pedro?
Oh, well, it was a great showing. It was basically an exhibit, showing what it is that they do in the community and what their athletes are capable of. I was really impressed. I honestly thought, I wish it had gone longer.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that sounds, it went like, I want to say like an hour and a half, 2 hours ish, but it was amazing watching those athletes and some of the young athletes that are, quite honestly, not that much older than my daughter,
Right.
to be completely honest, doing some of the stuff that they were doing. And Athena she's already learning. She knows when she jumps off the couch, she tumbles off the couch.
That's awesome.
And she's what, 2.5-ish? So it was amazing to see, and I'm glad that, we're partnering with them and we have their support, and we're happy to support them as well. And the turnout was huge. We were kind of talking with Infinite because they only pulled out one side of the bleachers,
Right.
instead of doing the two, because they weren't sure how many people were going to show up. And then we saw the line, and we're kind of thinking, should have maybe, but then you couldn't by that time because they already had the mat set up and everything like that. So it was already you couldn't do it. So it was one of those things that, like, whoa, like this many people.
Yeah, and as long as I've been here, I haven't really ever seen a cheer competition type of thing at the gymnasium or anything like that. So Infinite Cheer and Tumble, they're kind of a new organization, been around for a couple of years, but they do a great job. So, like I said, if you've got a kid that's looking into some youth wrestling, Infinite Cheer and Tumble is a great place to go. So. Hopefully they'll be ready to go and have some athletes out there for that January 9th tournament.
Yep.
Check in on Kobe and Cooper over there.
Let's see. Are they still playing?
There's 20 seconds left.
20 seconds left.
What do you guys at?
27 seconds, but I lost.
You did?
28-17.
Ah!
How? All right, let's see the finish. We can watch this and have some fun with this. Playing some Madden 2022 over there. Kobe, you're done.
Dude, he's gonna take it out on me when he gets home. Hey, Dad, you want to play? I'm gonna whip your ass.
Where's that ball game? No, I can't let you score again.
Right on, right on.
All right.
All right, come on up, Coop.
Come on up, Cooper. Throw those headphones on, and then if you want to throw get close to the microphone or move it closer to you.
Ooh, this is nice.
Yeah?
I like this.
You hear yourself? You got yourself?
I can't hear myself. I can hear you guys, though.
That's cool. That's important. I don't know. You're the one that running the sound over there, dude.
I don't know why.
Do I got to press anything?
No.
Let me see this.
Like I mentioned last week, Battleborn Media Networks is looking for an IT person.
Nope, I cannot.
What the hell?
Did you turn him up?
All right, Danny, you take over and talk, and I'm gonna. This is gonna piss me off.
This just cracks me
Test,
up
test,
that we
test.
need an
Test.
IT guy.
Test.
And I have a sound guy.
Test,
Whoa,
test.
that's loud.
Test. Keep talking, Danny.
I'm talking. This just makes me laugh.
Okay, try now.
Test. Okay, I got it. Working.
All right, perfect. All right, technical difficulties.
That's what happens when you do live shows.
All right, we all dialed in now?
Yep, I think
Sound
we're
ready
solid.
to go?
Yep, I think we're solid.
All right, you're up.
All right, so we have Cooper Jones in here. I already kind of mentioned it earlier, and Cooper was our first guest on Talking Sports with Pedro and Danny. We just happened to, he was in town, known Cooper for many, many years. Danny coached him. I sometimes at camps would coach him, if you will, but have known him since, I remember Cooper he was the first T-ball kid I've ever seen dive for a ground ball. No bullshit. I remember thinking that. I was like, because he was honestly like the smallest guy out there, but he was, I remember watching him, and he would be playing shortstop, and they would hit like a ground ball over to like, the second base or first base side, and Cooper would book it over there and dive and grab it and like chuck it over to the first baseman as if he was like playing in the World Series or something. Like
Always balling out, man.
just always like that. So I'll never forget that. He's just little guy just running around. He'd get all frustrated, like, because all these little kids they don't know what they're doing. Like they
just want the ball.
yeah, they're
Just
running
want
to
the
third
ball, man.
base. They're running like, they hit the ball. They run to third base. They're little kids, But Coop has always had that athletic ability and knowledge. So we're glad to have you back, Coop, and this is really cool because, like I said, you were the first guest on the show. So
We're radio only.
Yeah,
We didn't even have
Yeah, this is a
this.
new place. I haven't seen this place yet.
and
It's
now,
nice.
now we have that. I mean, how tiny was the studio we were in last time?
It was pretty small. Yeah, this is a big upgrade. I like it.
Yeah, especially when Joey was in the booth the following week. That was
Dude,
rest in peace, Joey. We love you, but yeah, that
We
was
love you,
a lot of fun.
Joey would be like flipping you off right now.
Yes.
You shut up.
Absolutely.
So Coop, you're doing really, really great. We had, this is actually a conversation we had in our first interview, was the college you decided to go play at.
Yeah.
And I think this was right when you first decided to go over there, right? I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
you're over at Utah State. And honestly, your uncle let me borrow a Utah State shirt for the last show that we did that involved Utah State and Boise.
There you go.
And if I'd have thought about it, I'd have thrown it on. It's Shane size. Yeah, that's right, Shane. But so it looks like it's like probably like it's big. Okay, I'll say
A
that.
nightgown on you? Is that where you were going with that?
It's a little big.
Yeah, it's a little big on me. But had I thought about it, I'd have just thrown it on. But I totally spaced it to even do that. Actually, speaking of apparel, before we get talking to Cooper, I'm going to throw on... What happened to my jacket?
I don't know. It's over here.
Will you grab it?
Jeez.
So I found this in my vault and dusted it off.
Oh, wow.
This is my very, very, very first ever high school coaching jacket.
Wow.
And this is before actually Shane took over, because I started coaching the year before he did. And this is like vintage, dude. They don't make
That's
these
nice.
jackets anymore.
Yeah.
Look, it says right there. I don't know if you can zoom in, Danny. You try. Coach Marin,
That's as close as it gets, bro.
Elko High School baseball. So yeah, I found this in way back in my closet, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw this thing on. This is like way back. This is before I knew you. I didn't meet you till the next year when your uncle took over the program.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I'd throw that on. But
I
speaking
like
of
it.
apparel, that's what it is, throwback.
Yeah.
So all right, Danny, I'll let you kind of take over.
Weren't you gonna ask him about Jimmy Kimmel? Yeah, you love. He was such when he heard that it was the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, he was
right.
just like, what? Wait a minute, what? And yeah, so
All right, so Jimmy Kimmel, I'm gonna say I'm a fan, but I'm not a fan. I don't like. I've said this before. I don't like how political he gets with some of his stuff when he does his show, but some of the stuff he does on his show is pretty badass,
Yeah.
and it's pretty funny. So I want to know what it was like, not only at the stadium, and if you got to meet him, and what the. I didn't know you got to go to the show.
Yeah. Yeah, we
That's
got to go to the live show.
Okay, so let's start with that. How was that?
It was fun. It was a good experience, you know. We got to drive through Hollywood Boulevard, and it's kind of at the end of it, so it's in a pretty sketchy part. But yeah, we went in, and he has like an opening act, just to kind of get us going and stuff. And then he brought out some special guests, and it was cool. I've never, watched any of those or anything, but I'm glad I got to experience it. And then we got to eat In-N-Out after.
yo, hey,
He bought us all In-N-Out
He
stuff.
bought you all
Yeah.
In-N-Out.
That's badass.
Yeah, just
That's
a little
badass.
In-N-Out truck.
See?
So
See, an In-N-Out truck?
yeah, they just kind of catered to us.
Yo,
That's badass.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And but here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm not gonna get political, but Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Kimmel is one of the ones that was really hating on Trump. You know, when he gave what college team was it that he gave him all the cheeseburgers?
I don't remember.
There was a college team that visited the White House, and he gave them a bunch of like Big Macs or something like that.
I remember it happening. I don't remember what
Yeah.
squad it was. No.
So he invited, and he had a big old spread of cheeseburgers, and so Jimmy Kimmel does the exact same thing. Like,
But he
it's
was,
like,
he
no.
was classy. I think it was McDonald's is what Trump used. At least he had an In-N-Out truck. I mean,
Yeah.
give him a little credit there, bud.
I am giving him credit. I'm giving him credit. I really, really am. But because I'd love a truck of In-N-Out. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I would not complain if you. I just got done playing a college bowl game or something like that, and saw a big old thing of just 1,000 Big Macs. Hell no. I'd
So
be
was
like,
it the night before the game or a couple of days before the game?
So Oregon State and us, we had the same schedule, as just flipped. So the first day, Oregon State got to go to Universal Studios while we went to Jimmy Kimmel, and then the next day we just flipped. So
Cool.
yeah, it was fun.
Did you get to meet the camel, Jimmy Camel?
I didn't, but I saw him up on the big board.
Yeah.
So yeah,
As Pedro's new favorite mascot is
Yeah,
Jimmy
no,
Camel.
that's badass. that was really cool. I think that was, I think that was a really cool idea that he came up with and did that. So on top of that, did you get to meet Jimmy Kimmel?
not personally, but I mean, we were all kind of right there. We all shook his hand, and he did the trophy ceremony. He had his LA Bowl ring on to show us, so it was a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I mean,
How many people were on are on your team? How many traveled?
So for the bowl games, everyone travels.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, everyone, all of the players' wives, the coaches' wives, kids, everything. So we had
athletes, 100,
athletes,
100?
probably like 110, 120.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quite a few.
That's a lot of in and out.
Yeah, it was probably pretty spendy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. I remember reading an article. This was probably like 5-6 years ago about what the college team eats, how much food the hotel they stay at has to provide.
Oh yeah.
So where did you stay?
We stayed. It's called the Renaissance. We stayed right by LAX. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and then sometimes we'd have like catered food at the hotel, and it's really good food. We'd have breakfast, and then we'd have a snack, and then we'd have lunch, and then dinner, and then another snack. So they're pretty on it.
So you were getting like was it like a buffet, or did they serve you, or how was it? How did that work?
It's like they tell us what's on the menu beforehand. It's usually like steak and potatoes and chicken, pretty much whatever. There's a variety of different things. You just kind of go through the line and pick what you want.
Can you pick more than one?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can get
They
seconds.
have linemen, dude. You imagine how
Yeah,
much those do?
Check.
Give me one of each. Give me one of each.
Just check the entire page.
Yeah.
Like, this is all me. I saw that, and I have a couple of other friends that have played college ball, and they say, yeah, man, they almost force feed you.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to stay healthy and stay big.
Yeah, I gotta stay big.
So what did you do? Would you get one plate, or would you order a couple?
Just depending on the day. Game day I don't eat a lot. I just get too nervous, so I don't eat a bunch. But the night before, I try to eat a lot.
What do you usually eat on game day?
So we start off with our breakfast, and that's more casual depending on what time our game is. And that's usually just like you can make an omelet, hash browns, sausage, bacon, all that. And then pregame meal, that's when you have to sit with your position group and your coach, and you're kind of going through last minute things to get ready for the game. And then they have like some mashed potatoes and steak and stuff like that. Guys don't usually eat that much on pregame meal.
So on pregame meal, like, because to me, I feel like when I eat mashed potatoes and steak, that would kind of like you feel like weighed down. You know what I mean? So does it weigh you down, or does it help you?
Well, I actually didn't know. Before the games, I would just kind of eat. But one of my running backs, I had mashed potatoes, and he's like, "Why are you eating potatoes?" I was like, "They sounded good. I don't know." And he's like, "No, they weigh you down." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I stopped eating potatoes, but everyone usually eats steak or spaghetti, something light. But yeah, potatoes no go before games, I guess.
No go.
Yeah.
Don't even be slowing Coop down.
I know, right?
But hey, thanks again for coming in, Coop. We appreciate it. Congratulations on a hell of a football season.
Thank you.
You guys, that was a lot of fun. I mean, we almost week by week talked to Pete Cavender, and Utah State was often we talked about obviously with the Mountain West and whatnot, and you guys were kind of flying under the radar for a while, but you guys definitely you were in the Mountain West title. You won the Mountain West title, which I don't think anybody could have predicted that you would even have been a part of that. So that's super cool. You whipped a Pac-12 school in a bowl game. That's good for the Mountain West.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple of firsts along the way. I mean, some things that they can never take away from you guys. First team to win a bowl game the season after only winning one game. Correct.
Yep.
And with a first-year coach,
Yeah.
by the way, first-year coach who's not up for Coach of the Year, which
Yes.
Cooper said when he came in, which is
That's pretty disappointing.
Well,
I think.
let's can we jump? I kind of overheard you guys, but I didn't know. Can you enlighten on that?
on the first-year coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Coach Anderson.
Coach
right?
Anderson,
Yeah.
yep.
Coach Anderson. This is his first year at the program. Came from
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State.
Yeah.
And last year Utah State had only won one game. So kind of a bottom of the barrel, type of a season. But he came in this year and turned the program around and got some really big wins. And then obviously to walk away with the Mountain West title and then go win a bowl game. That's pretty big stuff, man. And I think he signed an extension, right? He agreed to stay for a couple more
through
years.
2027.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about a coaching change.
Hopefully not.
Heck yeah.
I'm hoping not. I've had too many of those already.
So yeah, that's cool. And then also the first ever college game at SoFi Stadium down there in Los Angeles, brand new stadium. Let's rewind a little bit to the season. I know that all. Will you turn that down so it's not in the microphone, please?
Oh, now you know how I feel.
I know everybody goes into the season, you expect to win. I mean, that's you wouldn't be competitive if you didn't expect to win. But talk about the locker room. I mean, did you guys did you click really well? Did it take a little bit for Coach Anderson to come in? Do you have a good group of upperclassmen? Talk a little bit about the Utah State locker room.
So when Coach A first came in, obviously, we had a situation before that with our old coach. There was just some problems going on. So when he first came in, we had our opening meeting with him, and everyone was kind of down. And he understood that. I mean, he said it to us. He's like, I know it's going to take time for you guys to trust me, but you got to believe in what we're doing here. And we had some transfers come in, and they kind of led the way in terms of just motivating us and staying positive. And I mean, I've never been a part of a team that's been as close as this one.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty special. I mean, we'd hang out in the summer. Everyone would go to all the football camps for the little kids and help support. And we'd go to lunch and dinner with our coaches. And it was a pretty family type thing.
Well, and obviously, I mean, when you have that kind of camaraderie with each other, it typically shows out on the field. And you guys were able to make a run there, kind of out on the outside looking into the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And needed a little bit of help and got that. Who needed to lose there at the end?
We needed San Diego State to beat Boise.
Oh, that's what it was.
And we didn't. It was crazy how we found out. So we were playing New Mexico, and they're kind of bottom of the conference team. But we couldn't control Boise, so we just went out there and did what we could. And it was after halftime. No, we were going in the fourth quarter, and someone on the sideline, they said, that San Diego State pulled it out. And so Coach A brought us up at the end of the quarter and kind of had a little celebration there before the fourth quarter started. Right. So it was pretty fun finding out that way.
Heck yeah. And then you had to go play San Diego State, obviously.
Yeah, in Los Angeles. We had to play at the LA Galaxy Stadium because San Diego State doesn't have their own field.
So you guys, if I remember right, you were pretty heavy underdogs going into that Mountain West Championship because I think they were ranked 19 or something like that. So were you guys? I mean, were you that confident you were just going to go in and handle? But after rolling New Mexico, and you were just like, we're going to go wax these guys at home.
Yeah, that was kind of our thing the whole year. We can't go into a game thinking that we're going to get beat or anything like that. So we just did what we did every week, watched film, practiced, walkthroughs, and we were prepared.
All right, so Cooper, I have to throw this little fun fact out there. Shane is deciding to be kind of a smart ass like we always were with each other. He says, sorry, Pedro, I don't shop at Baby Gap.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, you've got comments up over there.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
That's what I'm pulling up.
Yeah, I've gotten that one said to me, too. It's okay.
Yeah, he used to say that. We used to, I'm not going to say a name. We used to always make fun of one of the coaches and say that he needed a circus tent when he had ordered his jerseys. But I'm not going to say any names.
I can guess.
Cooper knows who he's talking about there.
We're not going to say any names.
I know who you're talking about.
No, you all know who you're talking about. So does he. He knows who he's talking about. All right, so let's talk about the bowl game. How badass was SoFi Stadium, man? Talk about SoFi Stadium.
I've never been to an NFL game, never seen an NFL stadium, so seeing that one, it was pretty eye-opening.
Yeah?
Yeah, we get there, and we take like 3 loops to get down to the bottom of the stadium, and we get off the bus, and there's TV cameras in our faces and photos being, and I'm getting ready to go out to the field from the tunnel, and I just keep getting closer and closer to the field, and I still can't see the top of the stadium.
Jeez.
So that just proves how big it is. It's
Right.
huge.
What was the most unique? I mean, I guess if you've never been to a professional stadium, everything was pretty unique. I mean, you talked a little bit about the screen that goes around around the field. That was, how big was that?
Yeah, that big board, it wrapped around the whole field, and it was the biggest part of it was 4 stories high, and it's hanging probably 100-something feet off the ground.
That's awesome.
It's just it was crazy.
What was the funnest thing about Bowl Week? So you guys did a lot of stuff Bowl Week. So you got some new shades.
Yeah, yeah, those were nice. Yeah.
What was the coolest thing that happened? I mean, other than going out and winning a football game, what do you think the coolest thing that you got to do during Bowl Week was?
I think Universal Studios was pretty fun. I've never been there, so it actually made me feel like it was Christmas time. I haven't felt that since I was a little kid.
Right.
They had the Grinch and Whoville all set up, and they were doing something for that Christmas, and I was like, wow.
Was it nuts? Or was it just you guys in Universal Studios, or was it open?
It was open, but it was our whole team, our coaches, and our cheerleading squad and all that. So
I went to Universal Studios for Christmas when I was like 7 years old, and that place was a shit show.
Yeah.
I mean, just people and when the shows let out, everybody's trying to get to the other show, and you're just stiff arming your way.
Yeah.
Stiff arming your way. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the game a little bit. You guys went out there and handled Oregon State. But you did it with not a backup quarterback. You did it with a third string quarterback who's got a familiar name. So did that affect your guys' approach, or was it business as usual, like playbook's a playbook, and let's just go out and do our thing?
So like each game week on Mondays we install. And, everyone's in those meetings. And Cooper, he's been practicing, taking those reps all year. And he said it in his interview after the game. But, yeah, he was ready. And so his first pass that he threw that touchdown, that was supposed to be a run play up the middle. And the defense gave us a certain look, so we checked to it.
Right.
And so for a third-string quarterback to have that much confidence and,
it was like a 62-yard touchdown pass or some shit, right?
Yeah, just having that trust and – when you have a wide receiver like DT, it makes it a little easier too. You can kind of throw it out there, but
go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it. Yeah, he's that dude's definitely lightning. Declared for the NFL draft too. We talked about that earlier. So hopefully opening up a spot on that roster for Coop over there. But OSU, just watching the game. Kobe's a Beavers fan. He really wasn't cheering for the Beavers too much in that game, but seemed like they had a lot of untimely mistakes. They kind of shot themselves in the foot a lot. But you guys just stuck with it. I mean, is that kind of how you guys felt? Like we're just going to go out and play us and do our thing? You're not really worried about it?
Yeah. So actually against San Diego State too, it was kind of they're kind of similar teams, big, fast, and everyone was worried about their offensive lines. Oregon State's offensive line is like top 5 in the country, and they'd only allowed 10 sacks the whole year. And then we come and play them, and we sack them 5 times in one game.
Heck yeah.
So it's just you got to have that mentality of you're not going to let anyone push you around.
Right, yeah. Pac-12 what, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Pac-12
exactly.
what, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so you got I went into this, so you're a junior this year, but you've got more than 1 year of eligibility left, right? So you've got possibly 2
or 3. I don't really know how the graduate and 5th-year senior works.
Right.
But, yeah, for sure 2, maybe 3.
So are you going back? Are you staying?
Yeah.
You sticking with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. My head coach, I had a conversation with him in the middle of the season, and he said this next year it's going to be pretty much a 2-man battle for punt returner between me and one other wide receiver.
Do you like to call a fair catch, unlike your uncle?
Nah. I mean, I'm a little smarter, but I've seen videos.
Oh, we showed the video last time. I should probably actually.
We had it. Yeah, we had it, and I actually didn't know. Once I watched it over again, I was like, oh shit, I remember that. But I didn't know it was Timmy, and I didn't know the rule was basically because he got
it was the Halo rule
2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's
so define smarter.
Well, it takes a certain person to be back there just catching it in general.
Oh,
but,
yeah, I know.
I mean, just having that natural instinct of making one guy miss and going. Some guys don't have that, and some guys have it a little too much, to not call a fair catch.
Right?
So you will call a fair catch.
I mean, I'm gonna be aggressive, but
He's got the
I'm not
Halo rule to protect
Yeah.
him now,
Yeah, I
though.
know.
you just gotta have
Thanks to his
trust.
uncle.
You just gotta have trust. I mean,
So what if there was no Halo rule?
maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I might have done the same thing as my uncle. Just thought I had time, and then all of a sudden I didn't. And now I'm on the ground.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, when we watched that, we actually played that video a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because Danny had no clue that your Uncle Timmy
Yeah.
was basically the one that
Started that rule.
Yeah, pretty much. So
You guys look super similar catching a punt, too, by the way. Your arms
Yeah,
down
yeah.
to your side, getting ready to catch. Yeah, it's super similar. So.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Danny, you got
Yeah, no, I was just if you don't have anything else to talk about the season, I was just going to kind of move on and talk a little bit more football. But yeah, Cooper will be going back to Utah State. I'm sure you got a couple weeks off here and then right back to the grind, right?
Yeah. Right back with winter workouts here in a couple weeks.
Winter workouts, fun.
Start the next season.
Heck yeah.
So.
Heck yeah.
When does that start?
Our workouts start the 17th of January.
Okay.
But we can't do anything football stuff till like probably February or March. There's certain NCAA rules that you can't pick up a football or I don't know.
You just
I don't know how it
hit
works.
the gym right away.
Yeah, we're just
start working out.
Yeah, start weeding out all the weak links, pretty much all the new guys that are coming in.
Cool.
Yeah, our strength coaches, they're the real deal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't doubt it.
yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about bowl season. We are right in the middle of it. We'll just start with Pedro's alma mater, UNR, right? And Nevada got absolutely throttled in the Quick Lane Bowl. Did you watch that game, Coop?
I tried to. Yeah. It got pretty ugly though, so I turned it off.
Got pretty out of hand. Pedro, did you watch it?
Yes, and I'm with Coop.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
No loyalty.
We don't
loyalty.
need to talk about it.
Okay.
Pedro's a sore loser.
And Boise State's game got canceled.
Got canceled,
and so did the Holiday Bowl hours before kickoff.
Yeah.
What do you think, NC State? I mean, how pissed? Like if it would have happened to you guys, if it would have just been like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, Oregon State has got too many COVID dudes, like go home.
I can't imagine, especially being a senior, having it be some of those guys' last games,
Right.
and to end it like that, that's heartbreaking. That would suck.
That is absolutely, just absolutely heartbreaking. And I mean, I'm sure there's fans that lost money on tickets and travel. Family coming. I mean, NC State. I mean, coming all the way across the country, and that's definitely a shitty situation. Tell us a little bit about what you had to go through for COVID protocols, procedures, and stuff. Not only through the season, but during bowl week.
So during season. The guys that were non-vaccinated, they had to get tested every Wednesday. They had to wear they had to wear masks in every meetings. And then for bowl week, for like all the families and stuff, they had to get tested 24 hours before kickoff to be let into SoFi.
Oh.
And I guess there was some confusion, and they didn't put that out till like a day or two before the game. So we had a bunch of fans and families that were trying to find last-minute COVID tests.
Oh, shoot.
So, yeah, it's stressful, but there's nothing you can do about it.
No,
You gotta do it.
no, absolutely. You got to do it if you want to go ball out and if you want to go watch the game. So your parents got to go watch you there and got to catch a NFL football game the night before.
Yeah. They said that the NFL game was fun. They said it was cold though.
Yeah.
It got pretty cold in that stadium. It's not. I thought it was a dome, but it's like a open.
It's got like a roof over the top.
Yeah, but it's like an
of
open roof for. I don't know. I don't know how it works. It was so high up there. I could never.
So we got a couple more. We got Oregon and Oklahoma tonight. Who you got in that? Oregon, Oklahoma, Coop.
I don't know. Oregon just lost their coach. So did Oklahoma. I think Oregon.
Oregon?
Yeah.
Good call. I like it. What other bowl games that are out there? What other bowl games are you most looking forward to seeing?
I want to see if Cincinnati can hold their own against Alabama. I don't think they can.
Right.
But I'm hoping they make it a close game just for the group of 5 conferences, they were the
Absolutely.
highest ranked, so kind of put on for us.
So representing for you guys. So who do you want to win the national title? Not who you think's going to win the national title. Who is it? Cincinnati? Like, is it?
I mean, I'm rooting for them, but Michigan, their quarterback, he's from Nevada. He went to Damani Ranch, so I think it'd be pretty cool to see a Nevada kid win the
I like it.
national title.
I'm rooting for a Michigan Cincinnati final.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I'm tired of the SEC. Let's get a Big Five school in there, and Michigan. I mean Harbaugh, and then like you said, McNamara being from the Reno area. That'd be super sweet to see him go out there and win a national title. So Pedro, you got anything else on bowls?
No, I think as far as bowls go, no, I'm solid there.
All right, so shift to a little bit of NFL. So, Cooper, you're a Dallas fan, right? Yeah, of course. And we talked a little bit about it earlier. The NFC picture has Green Bay at the top, followed by Dallas. But Green Bay has a tough divisional game this week against Minnesota. Who does Dallas finish up with? I think they got Washington in one of the two games.
Yeah, they just played Washington.
Oh, they just played Washington.
I don't know if it's the Eagles or I don't know. We usually play the Eagles right around the end of the season. Yeah.
So did they got enough? Can Dak do it, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Can Dak do